Traditionally, the fourth Sunday of the Easter season is known as Good Shepherd Sunday. It offers us an opportunity to reflect upon the quality of our relationship with God. If God is our Good Shepherd, how are we doing as sheep? Are we the kind of sheep we ought to be? The image of Good Shepherd and our self-examination on the quality of the sheep we are is very significant and relevant as we move forward in this Easter season. It is a challenge at times to hear the voice of this Good Shepherd. Hearing the voice is a sign of loyalty. It is our common experience that our domestic pets, like dogs and cats, can be silent to the voice of an outsider. But the moment they hear the voice of the owner, they jump up. It is their expression of loyalty. Where does my loyalty lie? Whose voice am I paying attention to? If we reach a close relationship with God, we would be able to distinguish His voice from the many voices that are urging us to follow them, each trying to influence our values and behaviors with their voices. Hearing the voice is a sign of intimacy. The sheep knows that the shepherd will be there for it at all times, and it creates an intimacy that will place each other on the same wavelength. When we recognize the voice of God who leads us from the front, we will experience the intimacy of His love. Today's gospel passage ends with a beautiful line. It says, "I have come so that you may have life and have it to the full." How does Jesus becomes life for His people? It is said that in the ancient times, the shepherds would lead their sheep to a fenced enclosure for the rest at night. Now, this enclosure did not have a door or a gate. Once a shepherd has made sure that all his sheep are inside the enclosure, he would sleep at the entrance of the enclosure, literally making himself a gate. He becomes a security guard. The wild animals or the robbers who would come to snatch the sheep could not enter the enclosure without disturbing and waking up the shepherd. Sometimes the predator would attack and kill the shepherd in order to enter and snatch away the sheep. Thus the shepherd lays down his life for his sheep. When Jesus says, "I am the gate of the sheepfold," he is in fact saying that he gives his life for his sheep. He saves the life of his sheep, thus becoming another good shepherd. We hear plenty of stories of good shepherds in our day-to-day life. Last week we witnessed those 4 police officers who gave their life in service of this country. Hundreds and thousands of nurses and doctors who work in hospitals without food and rest, often risking their lives during this pandemic. Yes, the stories of good shepherds are plenty. But there are also stories of people who care only for themselves, who are selfish, greedy, and even those who endanger the life of others. We need good shepherds today in every walk of life. Parents who love, care, and work hard for their children in our homes. Teachers who know their students and who take a special interest in them. Doctors and nurses who care about their patients. public servants who care about the welfare of others, priests and religious who are willing to give a loving service to everyone. Today is also known as a Vocation Sunday. We are asked to pray for vocations to the priesthood and religious life. Of course, we need vocations, and for this we need to pray and work hard. But we should not forget that all of us have a fundamental vocation to be loving and caring people, thus becoming a good shepherd. We can be and need to be a good shepherd in our own life situations. It of course demands sacrifices. Am I willing to be a good shepherd?